Hey guys, Lou coming to you with the results of my very first colonic. I really I wasn't able to get a really good shot for kind of where I was laying and she was sitting. So I don't have that to post, but just a little bit of information about colonics. Okay, colonics have been around for a couple thousand years, since ancient Egypt. That's how far they date back. What's interesting is that, and see, I didn't know this. I knew we carried extra weight around in our intestines because of the excess poopy we have in there. But even extremely healthy person still carries around about 5 pounds. And it goes all the way up to really unhealthy people, depending on when you eat, could be over 40 pounds. That's why when you see people, especially men that are like, oh, I've got to have my meat and potatoes, and they've got that huge thing they call a beer belly, and it's all like hard, they're full of shit. They're literally full of shit. And that stuff is rotting in you. The bacteria it causes horrible bacteria. It can cause all different kinds of symptoms. It can cause depression, sluggishness, chronic fatigue. It can cause, it does both constipation and diarrhea. Definitely parasites. It's feeding your parasites, people. God, love those little guys. Not really. Got to get rid of those too. I'll be doing another upcoming video on a parasite cleanse. But anyways, there's 2 different kinds of colonics, and I didn't know this before neither. There's what they call an open colonic and a closed colonic. You want only a closed colonic. Any stories that I've ever heard that were bad or negative, that I've read about on the internet, have all been due to having an open colonic. An open colonic is pretty much like I guess you could say it's like just a giant freaking enema that somebody gives you, and you really have no control over it, because a lot of people will go ahead and insert the tube in you, and what happens is they just push the water in, and then it'll come out, and you'll dump it like right there. They'll have a big bucket thing where you're sitting, and it's really smelly, it's really gross, and it's really nasty. And for some reason it's usually more than a closed colonic, which I don't understand, because you want the closed one. So anyways, I've read a couple of really horrific stories where the person doing the colonic actually left the room, and because depending on how you do it, if you don't put the pressure right, if you don't have somebody that's experienced, like the lady who did my colonic has over 30 years of colonic experience. They can perforate the bowel. There can be a lot of ugly things. So, closed colonics. Okay, a closed colonic is where they insert the tube and they very, very slowly fill you up. And when you feel like you have to, what they call eliminate, make poopy, you tell them, okay. And then they switch the valve, and it comes right, they allow it to come out of you. They'll massage, they'll go ahead and massage the large intestine, and which helps you eliminate even more. And they repeat this process. I was there for an hour, but there gets to be a point where your intestines stop contracting, because it's a muscle, and so that's when they stop the colonic and you go back for another one. It's usually 45 minutes to an hour. So your first set, if you've never had colonics or it's been a while, you do 1 a week for 4 weeks, and then your maintenance is every 3 months, every 4 months. You should go in and have maintenance, and that'll go ahead and keep you all healthy. But so anyways, now I was experiencing some really weird stuff, because I kept going, is this normal, is this normal? And she's like, yeah, it's normal. So, but I could literally feel how far it was going up in me. And then when it got to the hard stuff, when I would say when it got to be about 1/3 of the way up into my large intestine, because no matter how tall you are, like I'm 5'9". So generally, your large intestine is as long as you are tall. So mine's close to 6 foot tall. So, but anyways, so all of a sudden it started going like bah, 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 like it was like throbbing, and I'm telling her, I'm like, this is really weird, and she goes, no, it's the muscle contracting, it's working, it's got to get it out of those deep pockets and everything. So what she did is she gave me this like massager where you go ahead and you put it on that area that's doing it, and it helps it contract and it helps it work to get everything out of those pockets. So we got about 2/3 of the way through my large intestine, which is absolutely freaking incredible. But believe me, there's a lot of crap left to go. So I'm really excited. I'm really geeked up. I can't wait to go back next week. But then anyways, whatever you leak out, and then you go ahead off the table, and then you go straight to the bathroom, put your feet up like you're supposed to, because we all know that when Mr. John Crapper invented the toilet, that he didn't do a very good job, because medically we should be squatting to put our colon, the bottom of our colon, in the correct position in order to fully be able to eliminate and get all those toxins out. So go ahead and put your feet up on a stool like 6-7 inches, and that's what I did. Went in there, put my feet up, and more stuff came out. And see, when you do the closed colonic, you can't smell anything. There's nothing nasty. You can see it go through a tube, which is like really freaky. And then, but all the old bile, like from your liver, and oh my God, it's crazy. But when I went ahead and got rid of the rest that was still up inside of me, the smell was freaking incredible. It was like the smell of death. It was horrendous. So am I glad? Even though I've been eating vegan for well over a year, and now, you know, I converted the last few months to eating the majority of my food raw, let me tell you what, that stuff has been stuck up my butt for 50 years in places. And what do you got up your butt? How long has the stuff been stuck up your butt? Okay, anyways, yeah, I will be making my day 5, because today's my day 5 of the distilled water cleanse. I'll be making that video a little bit later, and I thank you very much for being with me in my first colonic.